Hi, I'm Caleb Giddings from Gun Nuts Media. Today's video is an EDC video, and I apologize in advance if I seem a little loopy or distracted. I'm on day 3 of cold turkey trying to quit smoking, and it sucks. It really does. But anyway, since I started taking the channel seriously again and focusing on YouTube for content as opposed to writing and some of the other things I've done, I've gotten a lot of questions from people about my EDC setup. EDC videos have always been very weird to me. I've never had any interest in watching them. Usually, I feel like the ones I have seen are done for one of two reasons. Either to justify poor gear choices. Ooh, check out my Taurus Millennium G2 EDC and my shitty alien gear holster. Or to lifestyle flex amazing gear choices like, check out my custom Wilson Combat 1911 in this all-leather horsehide holster made by Siberian pistol fighting monks once every third moon cycle. So, kind of get that, and that's pretty much it in EDC videos. And the reason I wanted to make this video, which will probably not be as funny as I think it's going to be, is also because I have an old EDC video that I made where it's just 10 minutes of jokes. I have a hammer and a flail and a bunch of other crap. So what I wanted to do was produce a EDC video that actually talks about the stuff I'm carrying right now and the reason that I'm carrying that stuff. Like, there's a reason for every piece of gear that I carry on me. So we'll go through them in order of boring to interesting. So we're going to start with the boring stuff. So first off is my phone. Of course, I carry a phone with me. Live in the 21st century. It's an iPhone because I like Apple products. Pretty much that's that. Next thing that I always have on me is a wristwatch. I've actually gotten a lot of questions about the watch because I featured it in my one of my concealed carry videos. The reason for the wristwatch is in my military employment, in my other lines of work that aren't civilian firearms instruction, that aren't blogging, sometimes you need to know what time it is, and sometimes you don't really have access to your phone to look at your phone to see what time it is. So you wear a watch. I mean, I like to know what time it is. I like to be in control of my schedule, and it's much easier to go like this and be like, oh crap, it's 7:40 and I have a bunch of stuff to do this morning, than fish out my phone and mess around with that. So that's kind of that for external stuff. Then this coffee's so good. Casey's, sponsor me. I love you. I love you, Casey's. Anyway, so then we start getting into tools and stuff. I don't carry a Leatherman on me most days. I have one at my office. I have one in my go bag, so I have one ready to go. So I don't really carry one on me. What I do carry, and I've actually gotten pretty old school with this, is an actual pocket knife. This is a Bark River knife. They're in Michigan. This knife is super handy. It's very short. It's wicked sharp. And it has this handy dandy little pocket sheath, which means it goes in my pocket. When I need my knife, it comes out and I do knifey things. Like, this is a utility knife. I use this for cutting apples, opening boxes, doing knifey tasks that aren't, like people knifing. The only downside to this setup is I have to take the holster out of my pocket to put it away. But as you can see, it's super it prints through my pocket, but it just looks like a wallet or something like that. All right, so then we're going to get into other fun things. All right, so in addition to that, I have a reload for my 1911, which I keep in a Blade Tech magazine pouch right here on the front of my body. I have my actual carry gun. But before we get into that, because that's what everybody wants to talk about in these EDC videos, we have this fixed blade knife. So this is a Gerber. I believe it's a Gerber. I think it's the Recon Tanto. So it has one of those Tanto point knives, or it's a Tanto point. It's extremely light. It's very, very light. This is it's a super duper light knife. So the reason why I carry this where I carry it is the point of this knife is twofold. One, if I'm not carrying a gun, let's say I'm somewhere where I can't carry my gun, I still have the knife, probably. Unless it's a super duper, like, no weapons of any type sort of situation. I'll still probably have the knife. The point of having the knife in this position is I am ambidextrous. So I'm right-eye dominant, I shoot right-handed, I write with my left hand, I do a lot of tasks with either hand. So I carry the knife in this position because its primary purpose is to defend in a close quarters situation where maybe I can't get my gun out. Maybe my gun's tied up because I'm trying to fend off a gun grab from this position. Well, I have access to another weapon to deal with that. And I can either draw it straight up appendix style, or I can draw it with an overhand grip, which is dumb. This is a dumb way to hold a knife. Don't hold knives like this, but it, you know, in exigent circumstances, whatever. This is the best way to hold your knife. So I can draw it like this and use it for poking people in their pokey bits. It is a bit difficult to holster. So the last thing we're going to talk about is my holster and my gun. My gun right now is sort of, if you guys remember from previous videos, that's my safe direction. So my gun right now is still the Dan Wesson Valkyrie Commander in 9mm. I test 1911s, I carry a 1911. So no matter what month it is, I'm going to be carrying a 1911. This one has been one of my favorites so far. Really enjoy shooting it, really like carrying it. What I get a lot of questions, the ammo I'm using Cap Arms 147 grain 9mm duty carry ammo. Really cool ammo, super accurate, super reliable. The thing I get the most questions about is my appendix carry holster. This is the Shaggy from Custom Carry Concepts. This was the first holster to really work for me for AIWB carry. Actually, it's really the only holster so far that's really worked for me for AIWB carry. And I love it. It's great. You can order yours online and it will take a while to get it out to you, but it is a phenomenal holster. All of my gear choices, everything that I carry for a specific reason where I carry it. You know, I carry appendix because I can conceal a full-size gun much easier at the appendix position than I can at the 3 or 4 o'clock position. It's easier to defend against a gun grab from the appendix position than it is from the 3 or 4 o'clock position. You know, there are a lot of things, a lot of advantages to appendix carry, but the real thing is everything about my setup has been thought out. It's not, I'm not just throwing random haphazard cool guy gear all over my body because some guy on the internet said that's what I need to carry. And I don't want you to do that either. Just because I carry AIWB and I carry a fixed blade knife and a reload and all of that doesn't mean that's the best selection choice thing for you. Make smart gear choices. You know, if your gear is going to be limited to a J-frame revolver, carry the best way you can, all right? If you're like me and you work in an environment where the carriage of guns is not only appropriate but mandatory, carry a big gun. Carry the most gun you want. The next test, I'm actually going to be carrying a really big stupid gun, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. If you have any questions about my EDC setup, please leave them in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I won't smoke today, and I won't shoot anybody either. I'm Caleb Giddings. Have a nice day.